We will forgive $10,000 in outstanding federal student loans. $10,000 in outstanding federal student loans. Students who come from low-income families will have their debt reduced to $20,000. Both of these targeted actions are for families who need it the most.
Life insurance could pay off student loans. What if you have a college fund for a kid? You start at 2 years old and he's 14, 15, going to a summer camp. Maybe he's going on a mission trip. The parents gotta fund that. How are you paying for that? If there's cash in the account, you need access to cash for a college education. Guess what? The money's there for you. It's a tax-free vehicle. Most parents think, I gotta have the funds for college at age 18. There's money in that account to pay for those fees and you get liquid access, especially if you start soon. Obviously, guys, college is an essential part of the development for a young man, a young lady. After high school, man, you know, during high school, SATs, ACTs, right? My SAT scores weren't that high, guys.
If I told you what it was, you'll laugh at me right now.
But if you're a sophomore right now, if you have a sophomore, you have a kid that's in high school, they're a junior, they're a senior, maybe even a kid that's in elementary school, you're planning right now for college, right? And one of the biggest challenges of college today, that prices keep increasing. And so as a parent, what do you say?
I gotta find a way to fund college for my kid.
Guys, I do so many financial life strategies weekly here, right, at my firm. And one of the questions we ask is college for kids on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is that to you? Most say 10. And when I ask myself, cool, what are you doing to plan for college for your kid? Some may have a 529 plan, some have a CD, a savings account. They say, hey, I'm a government employee, it's already paid for, or a military service, it's already paid for. I have a rich uncle or a rich mom or dad that taking care of that. But for some of you guys out there, you have no clue on how to start to plan for college. I'm gonna show you today how life insurance could take care of college funding for your kids and why it makes sense to start now. Typically we say life insurance is what? It's a death benefit. When I die, I wanna take care of my liabilities, get a term policy for 30 years, maybe 25 years, maybe a whole life policy, UL, IUL, whatever it may be called, right? You want a policy to take care of your family. Here's the thing. There are ways to leverage life insurance to build wealth, but more importantly, to take care of some college expenses for kids. What's the number one reason why? What's one of the reasons why I think an IUL, Index Universal Life Insurance Policy, is good for college for kids? Well, one is this right here. It's a tax-free vehicle, right? Your money grows tax-free. What does that mean? Tax-free means that, hey, I take taxes today. Taxes are all-time low. They're going up. They will increase. We passed a phenomenal bill just recently, right? The Green Bill, and we're giving student loan debt, right? All that good stuff. Well, somebody's going to pay for that. Next 10, 15 years, taxes will increase. The government is hiring aggressively right now for the IRS. Why are they hiring aggressively? Because they want to go get the money. That's your money, right? And so if I pay for taxes now, my money, I grow it somewhere that grows tax-free, it's a future tax shelter for me. So the first benefit to having an IUL for a kid, say your kid's 2 years old, my kid's 5 months old, right? We have an IUL for my son. You have a tax-free benefit here, tax-free growth. So your money grows tax-free, similar to a Roth IRA, right? Now in a Roth IRA, liquidity may be an option, maybe a challenge there in some cases, but similar to a Roth IRA, your money grows tax-free. It just basically means that, hey, when you put money into the policy, guess what? When you put the money out, you don't pay any taxes on that money based off some tax codes there that cover that for you. All right, the second thing here, you want some growth, right? You don't want to just put money into a CD account, it's giving you 1.5% or maybe 2 or 3 if you're lucky, or put it under the mattress or put it in a checking or a savings account. But I've seen some parents do that because they just want to save money, man. They have the right mind and thought. They're saving money and they're saying, hey, I'm putting it somewhere. So a benefit to an IUL is that, guess what? You have potential growth. What does that mean? Usually has an index to a indice here. I'm gonna say an index here to keep it simple, the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is your top 500 companies in the stock market, right? It's your Google, which is Google, right? It's your Meta, it's your which is Facebook, it's your Tesla, it's all those brands, Nike, Walmart, all these big brands, right? Let's just say your index is growing between 0 and 10%. There are some uncapped strategies out there. We'll keep it simple, 0 to 10%. Potential growth. Why is it potential? Because if the market's doing what it's doing today, the S&P is pretty down today, right? It's not making any money. It's actually losing money, losing market cap value, right? So if the market's down right now, what do you get? A 4 or 0. You lose nothing, right? But the cap here is about 10%. Again, there are uncapped strategies, keeping this video simple today, right? So between 0 and 10%. So you got tax-free growth in your money, potential growth between 0 and 10%. What else is out there, right? Because I can grow money in a 529 plan. It has potential growth also now. It could lose money in some cases, but What else is out there? What else makes the IUL a phenomenal product for a child policy to fund money for college? Where's the next one here? Something called liquidity. Liquidity. Liquid. If there's cash in the account, you need access to cash for a college education. Guess what? The money's there for you. You need money to pay off student loans. You need money to pay for dorm room charges, apartment, moving fees, moving cross country, out of state fees. There's money in that account to pay for those fees and you get liquid access, especially if you start soon. The sweet spot is around 10 years before college. Really 10 years before the bill is due from a student loan. If you want to take out student loans, I'll talk more about why that's important. You may want to still take out student loans because they're deferred and then allow the money to still grow in your account and then pay off the student loan debt without any interest. But with that being said, liquidity is important. What if you need access to cash sooner? What if you have a college fund for a kid? You start at 2 years old and he's 14, 15, going to a summer camp. Maybe he's going on a mission trip. I've had friends who went on mission trips right as kids. They went on these trips for their religious belief system, and they go out there to a different country for a year. The parents got to fund that. How are you paying for that? This account allows you to take money out. There's cash in the account. And so the sweet spots after 10 years. If you started at 1 year old, at age 11, you're good. They started at 15. I started at 10, at 20, you're good, right? Liquidity. So we got tax-free access to your money, tax-free access to your money. You got potential growth between an index of 0 to 10%. You got liquidity. Guess what? And guess what? It can be used for anything. Used for anything. Now, this video is about college, right? So what are you saying here, Chris? Well, guess what? If I have a 529 plan, it has to be used towards education. You say, well, Chris, guess what? If my older kid is going to college, I use it for my younger kid. You absolutely can transfer those funds for someone in the family using it towards college. But what if you have one child? What if you have 2 kids, right? One kid gets a full ride scholarship. Second kid says, Mom, Dad, I'm not going to college. I want to be an entrepreneur. What do you do with those funds? Take a huge penalty on it? Or do you take some night classes in your 50s and 60s? What do you do, right? And so this could be used for anything. You want to open a business at age 18. You want to provide a down payment for a house for your 20-something-year-old. You want to pay for a quinceañera. You want to pay for a wedding. You want to give the kid a head start on life. You want to put into a trust and have access to a certain. You absolutely use it for whatever you want. So it's flexible. Not only is it flexible, it has liquidity, potential growth, it offers tax-free access. Here's what's cool about it, guys. It's still life insurance. So if you're saying, man, well, Chris, I kind of want to, what is this life insurance component, right? It still comes with a life insurance death benefit, which I think is a phenomenal benefit. It's the best benefit here because if your son or daughter was to pass away, obviously we don't plan on burying our kids, there's a death benefit there. And if properly structured, this bad boy can be funded for life, if properly structured. So you have a death benefit here that says, hey, if my child were to pass away, they're covered. Now, we don't plan on doing that, right? No one wants to bury their child. But also, we have living benefits here. What's a living benefit? So you have a death benefit and living benefit. What does that mean? That kid gets sick, cancer, heart attack, stroke, life happens to him. At age 21, 22, 24, 25, 30.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That death benefit acts as a living benefit and you get access to the cash in the account. So you may say, well, Chris, all these things right here, right? This is pretty cool. What do you got to put into this policy to fund it correctly? Guys, my sweet spot for most of my clients is right around $150 a month. Max funded, right? A max funded policy around $150 a month put your kids in a pretty good situation where you've got plus 20K plus in that account in about 15 years. It's growing and compounding and compounding and compounding. What's cool about it is this, it's flexible. So if it's max funded at 150, you're saying, hey, Chris, hard times hit, can I drop it to 100? No problem. Hard times hit, can I do $50 a month? No problem. Hard times hit, can I do $30 a month? No problem. Oh, can I go back up to 150? No problem. So if you're saying, man, I'm looking for a way to have a flexible product that can build wealth for my kids, build wealth for long-term savings, or maybe a more short-term window like college education, this allows you the opportunity to say, hey, let me protect my child's life. Let me set them up for a living benefit as an adult, as a parent, and say, hey, I'm going to fund $50 a month, $100 a month, and set my kid up for success because this policy is enforced for life. It's a permanent insurance policy, but it has liquidity, access to growth through the S&P 500, through an index. I can use it for anything, not just college, guys. It's tax-free growth in the policy. Here's the cool thing about it. Most parents think I gotta have the funds for college at age 18. Well, in most cases, your kid may qualify for student loan. You get the student loan that's deferred, start paying this bad boy back at age 22, 23, 24, which gives the policy 4 to 6 years to continue the compound interest in your favor. So if you have any questions, guys, comment in the comment section below. Reach out to me through Instagram at SoldOutServant. I'm open to answer any questions. I love educating people about money and finances and help you move forward in life. Until next time, see you soon, guys. Thanks.